This is rhythm number 16. All right, now we get to ask ourselves the extra rule that we haven't really been doing, and it's not going to affect us too much. It's not going to be too complicated until a little bit later, but I'm going to keep asking the question to get you in the habit of always asking the question. All right, rule number 1 is that we account for every beat with either a ta or a clap. Rule number 2 says that we never initiate a ta and clap at the same time. And rule number 3 is we ask ourselves, is the beat divided? If the answer is no, then we just treat it like normal, like we have been. But if the answer is yes, if the beat is divided, then we must account, if the beat divided, then we ask, if the answer is yes, then we ask ourselves, what is the smallest note value, rhythmic note value, used within that beat? And the answer to that is we have to account for every item of that smallest note value within the beat with either a ta or a clap. So let's explain it by going through line number 1. Measure 1, is the first beat divided? The answer is no, so we just treat it like normal. We will ta on this note. Beat 2, is the beat divided? Yes, beat 2 is divided. What is the smallest note value used within beat 2? The answer is an eighth note. An eighth note is the smallest note value. So we must account for every eighth note value within this beat with either a ta or a clap. That means we're going to have 2 events happen within this beat, either 2 tas, 2 claps, or a combination of some combination of the 2. In this case, we have a ta on the first eighth note, and we have a ta on the second eighth note because we have 2 notes there. So we're going to ta on both of those. The second measure is a repeat of the first one. Third measure, is the beat divided? Nope. Is the beat divided? Nope. Fourth measure, is the beat divided? No, it's not. It's held through to the second beat, but nothing is dividing beat 1, and nothing's dividing beat 2. So we just use the same rules as before, where we account for every beat with a ta or a clap. So we ta on this note, hold through, and clap to show where beat 2 will be placed while we're singing this one through. Last one over here, is the beat divided? Yes, it is. What's the smallest note value? Smallest note value is an eighth note. We're going to have, how many eighth notes are in one beat? There are 2. So we're going to have 2 events. We're going to have 2 either tas or 2 claps or a combination of both. Where's the first eighth note? It's right here. It's a note. We're going to ta on it. Where's the second eighth note? It's right here. We're going to ta on it. Now that makes this rhythm much more complicated to think of than it probably needs to be, but if you get used to asking yourselves those rules, it's going to make more complicated things that come later on quite easy to do if you understand this method. All right, so where's our, to review, I'm going to go ta, 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 hold through, clap here, ta, 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 and then that's the end of line 1. It's important to have a steady quarter note pulse, very important. You might go a little bit slower if you want to do the eighth note slower, but this is just, it doesn't matter about tempo, it just matters about being steady. Here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. I'm not sure if you were able to hear my clap right here, but I clapped on that one to make it faint.